Here we go. Oh, this is the part with the countdown.
3, 2, 1. Chef's hands up. Oh, wait, sorry.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Old World Tech Fridays.
This is a load-bearing ceiling.
Let's raise the roof.
How is everyone this evening?
Good.
Fantastic. Riled up by some earlier discussion, but I'm here and I'm awake now. I've had a very long week, as I think we all have had. Here to talk about some retro tech. But first, let's talk to our friends in the chat. So, Trina, who do we have in the chat?
Who do we have in the chat? We have the JC. We have Frank S. Hey, Frank. Woo! CDI. What's going on, CDI? We got Steve of Mac84 fame, who did a fundraising stream, and they raised over the 10% that they were trying to get to. So
awesome.
Good to see.
Awesome.
We have Garth Beagle, who is probably drunk because the opening startled him. But that's nothing new. We got a Curtis Boyle. Curtis, when are we going to do our practice for the Coco Nation?
Is that where you fall asleep and Curtis talks?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very good.
No, we're trying to get a few of us arranged to be on the Coco Nation next weekend. Nice. To talk about the World of Retro Computing that just took place last month.
Nice.
Who wants to talk about work?
I know, right?
Nobody wants to.
Everybody's working for the weekend.
Curtis, you should make a group chat though for us on the Discord.
That's true.
So. And that's who we got. So I'm just gonna bug Curtis a little bit.
All right, sounds good. Fantastic to have you here this evening. You have your choice in Friday evening entertainment. Right. It's between us and ABC's TGIF Fridays.
Right. Could be watching the dinosaurs.
Yeah, you could be watching the dinosaurs or Family Matters.
Or Step by Step.
Or Step by Step. Or Sabrina the Teenage Wiz. Or, Boy Meets World. Any number of better than us entertainment from the late 80s, early 90s. So, Frank, what's going on in your world this week? What's happening?
A whole bunch of work stuff, but I did get some neat stuff this week. Some things and whatnots, so I can tease a little bit. So coming, I know, I think Joe's mentioned it on a couple streams and even Retro Repair Roundup about that.
Frank, your microphone works better when you talk towards it.
Sorry, I was lifting. Oh my gosh, holy cow! So I know Joe's talked about it a little bit. I think on Retro Repair Roundup last week, and other streams we've talked about Fuji Nets coming at some point. Well, I just finally picked up the boards today. So I got a giant order from JLC PCB.
Fine purveyors of all things PCB.
We have, these ones are, so we have, hang on. These boxes are extremely heavy. I got 500 Fuji Nets for the Apple.
Nice.
500 Fuji Nets for the Mac.
Nice.
Hey, Rudy.
Hey, Rudy.
And I got 100 Fuji Nets for the Atari.
Awesome.
So
some assembly required, though.
Some assembly required, but
I hear you have Santa's elves.
Yes, a couple of the guys are going to be putting them together.
Steve has already put in an order for 498. Of which one, Steve?
Doesn't matter. Just all of them.
Well, there's only 100 for the Commodore.
Or the Atari. Yeah. Atari, so there's 1,100 Fuji Nets.
Oh, nice.
All together here. So they'll be going up in batches. So those will be hopefully available very shortly here on jcm-1.com. So we're getting those put together and those out to the public.
Nice.
So those will be posted before too long. I picked up something for my Atari, or geez, it was now I'm thinking of the Fuji Nets, the Atari. So my Amiga 4000 tower, I bought a time card. Yep. For the this works with the video toaster. So I still need a video toaster for my 4000 tower.
So what does this card do for those of us who aren't?
So this will sync up. sync up the video and stuff for
Yeah.
the feeds for the toaster.
Okay. And
So
the
this
toaster does what?
Allows you to
video, like
overlay
capture.
video, yeah,
Oh,
and
okay.
overlay text and graphics.
Yeah, so like a lot of the older shows and stuff like that, where they, like how right here has the ticker, the JCM dash.
Yeah. Or remember, like Reading Rainbow, the more you know, the thing that
Yes.
went across the screen. That
Yeah,
was
yeah. That was a
Okay.
video overlay.
Yeah.
It was used for tons of different things, and
Yeah.
gosh, I could see it in my mind.
Our
But
public
I-
broadcasting here in Newfoundland used one, an Amiga
Yeah.
5000 or 4000 for years to do the community bulletin, like
Yeah.
the community channel that showed like what was happening in the community, the the calendar of events, the ticker on the bottom
Yep.
with news.
The
So
AV club at my high school had one, and that's what they did for their video overlay. So like the credits that scrolled before the morning announcements and news and all that kind of crap was done by the same
I
type
remember.
of thing.
I remember that.
Yep.
Going into school, into high school,
Mhm.
and the first thing you did was go in the main lobby, was go to the board, because you wanted to see what teachers were out sick and
Oh,
didn't
geez.
have substitutes,
so
because
you
then
could
you knew if you had a
crucify
class
them.
off that day.
You also knew that that you were probably going to get a TV or something rolled into class and watch a video.
No. When they didn't have substitutes for it, it was just the class was canceled.
Class was done. Gotcha. Like university.
So another thing that came literally today, they dropped them off. I got 20 of these intermech computers for vehicle in your vehicle. They have a mount that goes on that mounts in the vehicle, so you'd see these on like FedEx, UPS trucks, stuff like
Police cruisers,
vehicles, all that stuff.
Yeah.
So I got some of those. So
if you guys are interested in one and want to
That's
purchase
right.
one, they'll be available at Frank's non-existent online shop.
That's right. They won't be on JCM, I'll tell you, because I'm not shipping these things to Ohio. Because these suckers are. I mean, they're not super heavy, but I'll tell you, this box of them. I think there's 5 in a box, and it's super heavy. Nope, 4 in a box, and it's extremely heavy. Yeah, I have Gut Bomb install OS2 on one of them.
So it's really funny that I was at the post office today shipping off a video game, which surprised me how much I actually sold it for. But anyway, and somebody came in with this cart with 2 large boxes, and she's like, "Oh," so I could hear her after like as I was leaving. She's like, "And I got a small business." I'm like, "Are you also selling computers?" Because that's all I could think of was it was a box about the size of what you have down there on the floor.
Yeah.
There were 2 of them, and I'm like, "Are you selling computers?"
And where's
Hey,
it?
Thomas.
Computers?
I have no idea. I don't know what she was selling. I just saw these 2 large boxes and went computers. But I have no idea.
Gotcha.
I'm
But I
watching while sitting at a hockey practice.
Oh,
Are you watching Thomas? Are you watching Vancouver practice?
He's watching the Mighty Ducks with
Yeah,
Mario
it's definitely
Estevez, the Mighty Duck Man.
So you just said he's sitting at a hockey practice, which makes me think Vancouver.
Could be just his like kids maybe playing or he's playing.
Yeah, it could be. Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh,
I'm trying to think. What else did I get this week? I don't think there was anything else that came this week. I have excuse me. I have an Amiga 500 I picked up for Ron of Ron's Computer Vids. So that's that tested fine. So it's going to go
Nice.
back out in the mail to Ron.
Nice.
Oh, I did finally get. I think I said something last week. I did get the keyboard for the X68000 last week.
You did, yes.
The mouse finally came. So I was
Awesome.
actually able to test it, and it does move, work,
So,
open things. So
when you
works.
open the box, there was actually a mouse in the box.
That happens to me more often than you think.
Okay, only because one of our friends, iMark, he recently purchased a puck mouse for his G4, and they shipped an empty box.
Oh, no kidding. Did he happen to buy it from that guy with all those polka dot backgrounds? Because I've seen a lot of puck mice that were listed.
No, this is a guy that in Canada that he's bought from before, but apparently it was an honest mistake. The person just didn't put the puck mouse wrapped up in bubble wrap into the box.
Oh, oops.
I mean, apparently
what is
Ron
an
or apparently Joe says he does that
ITX
often.
What is an
I've
ITX
been
Llama?
known to go to pack up a box,
Yeah.
and I have everything in the box except for a cable or something. Like I forgot one little part of it, and I'm like,
Yeah.
shit. And then it's after I get it all packed up, and then I look
So
and I
you
see
just
it.
cut
So
the side a little bit of it and just kind of stuff it
I
in.
try to stuff it in.
Yeah. I've done that before too.
So it's a PC, a new PC for 1990s DOS games.
Okay.
ITX Llama.
What's this?
That is cool looking. Where do I get one?
Oh, hey, RetroTech Chris.
Hang on.
Welcome. And Thomas,
Yeah,
who are you
Chris
watching
posted on there.
practice?
Oh, yeah,
Who
look
are
at
you?
that.
What hockey game are you at? Like, who are you watching practice? Thomas.
Chris, you'll have to send me a text. Where do I need to buy one? Yes, yeah, okay. He saw. He said I'll
They're
shoot you a link.
right
Awesome.
here. I have it right here. They're $423 Canadian.
Are they sold in the US or Canada?
You have to buy.
I'm
It's a
assuming
Canadian
both.
guy who made them, so you just buy them from him.
So they make something similar in Canada, the Mini MIG, which is like an FPGA based Amiga emulator, but you actually use real 6800K processors.
You have to scavenge them from somewhere.
Retrodreams.ca. Oh,
yeah, that's
there
it.
we go. My cell phone went off. Awesome. Thanks, Chris. Retrodreams.ca.
Oh, and by the way, on behalf of the Canadians, you're welcome.
Retro Dreams.
Apparently, Thomas is watching the Ab First Ice Girl.
Yeah, I saw that.
There we go.
Yeah.
Abbotsford, sorry.
Abbotsford.
So they're $2.99 in the US.
And to answer Rudy, I haven't found my other SE, but you can have this. You can have this board. I will ship it out to you. I'm going to take obviously the RAM out of it because
Speaking of shipping things,
yes, when those things are ready, they will be shipped.
Okay.
Yeah. So Rudy, I'll send this over to you. Please don't look too closely at the soldering job. It was my first time trying to recap a board. Don't post any pictures of it either. Fix it for me if you will, and then we won't speak of this ever again, except for the 10 people watching.
Okay, so hang on, because apparently this thing is made up of 5 different components, all pre-order.
The ITX Llama.
Yeah, so let's see, because you need
if you want the
motherboard, the OPL3 module, a preloaded micro SD card with FreeDOS and goodies, Raspberry Pi 0,
and then a Vortex 86EX.
Yeah,
I assume is the processor.
I don't know.
It just seems like it's cool, but like you could just buy a tricked out DOS game. Like I could send you a 386. Like, hey, Will.
I'll take a Hewlett Rand 386.
Yes, you can have your Hewlett Rand. Will, we have a question for you actually. When are we to expect any more of your power supply boards in stock on your website?
Yes. We were looking and they're sold out.
2 today.
No, they're all gone.
Oh, well, no, but I'm saying he sold 2
Yeah.
on his stream today.
Gone.
Yeah, I logged in and looked at the website. They're gone.
Okay, hang on.
Because I need one for my 2SI, and I have about 4 LCs that could totally use them.
About a week. He
okay,
said about
cool.
a week.
All right, cool.
Yeah, I was gonna buy as well online, but it was sold out.
And Thomas,
I have the boards, but no.
Curtis is in the middle of Canada, one of those prairie provinces that nobody ever knows about. So
the flyover provinces, you fly over them.
What do you say? Right? He has the boards, but no what?
ATX connectors.
Oh, gotcha.
The connectors are in Miami.
Gotcha. That makes sense.
Yeah. Hey, Javier's here.
Oh my God, Javier! We made a big time. We got Javier in here.
The party. Well, we got Steve from Mac 84. We got Javier, K-Mac, RetroTech Chris is here. It's like a throwback. It's like the old days.
Yeah, everybody's here.
And Eric's Edge is here.
Hey, Eric.
Perfect. Everybody's showing up. Yeah. So well, that's exciting. Anything else new, Frank, in your acquisitions?
Not really. I don't think that I
believe-
have anything
I
else.
believe there was a
crazy.
4-wheel drive acquisition. You got
Oh,
this week.
yeah. Yeah, it wasn't computer related. I bought a Japanese vehicle, imported. It is a Toyota Helix Surf. It's a
It's a 4Runner.
Japanese version of the 4Runner. Yeah. So it's the exact same as like a 4Runner. So it's
Yeah.
hang on, let me see if I can
Show the pictures. It's clean as
Yeah.
all hell.
Can you show the picture?
Yeah, just give me a
Do you have a
second.
way to show the picture? Hang on.
Yeah, just download it. Stand by while I download the photo. Talks amongst yourselves.
Hang on.
Save
Oh, we're gonna
image.
get into car talk.
No, we won't be car talk for very long.
Oh my gosh.
Calm yourself.
At this point, Steve, honestly, I think you could find a working printer and have it installed by now off of eBay.
Is he still working on that printer?
He's still working on that printer.
Steve, do you want me to? I'll fax you down another laser writer. Add an image. 4Runner. Browse. Desktop. Find the appropriate picture so I don't do anything inappropriate.
Thomas Armstrong. My wife wants me to thin out some of my
Wow,
Macs.
that's
and
a
Macs.
great photo of the
Well,
sky.
I mean, it's a million pixels by a million pixels. Calm yourself.
I took it with my high resolution Hubble
Why don't you
telescope.
just go share screen and then you don't have to shrink it
Boop.
down 50 gazillion times?
There it is.
Oh, hey,
Look how clean that is.
that's that's a better photo of Ryan than I've ever seen. Just keep it right there, Ryan.
Hey, what are we talking about here? Hold on.
The car has hands.
There we go.
There you go.
Eric says, make sure you bend your knees to pick up that printer when you tossed it in the e-waste, Steve. You don't want to pull your back out.
No.
Because the printers
I feel like we should cut to
not
like an SPCA type like music. It's like every year, hundreds of electronic waste enthusiasts throw their backs out.
But
you can help.
so like I needed another vehicle for work, and I put around 3,000 miles a month on, like easily at least 3,000 miles a month.
Jeez.
So I don't want to buy a brand new vehicle with the prices of what they are now. You're spending
God, no.
$50,000 to $60,000 on something
Keep
equivalent.
going.
And
Well, in the US, yeah, you guys.
and and it's like it's gonna be 200,000 plus miles in 4 years. So like,
well, Rudy, here's the fun thing. So Rudy asked
It's a
where you're going to
Toyota.
find parts. It's a Toyota, so you're not going to need parts.
4Runner.
And if you
Yeah.
do need parts, it's a 4Runner. So you'll just get 4Runner parts.
It's exactly the same as the US 4Runner. Like
Yeah,
it's
just the steering wheel
badged
switch.
different. Yep.
The steering wheel switch size.
So I drive on the right hand side of the vehicle instead of the left hand, like normal.
Now the big question is: Did you have to Montana that because of the
Nope, New York.
crazy New York laws?
Nope,
Okay,
nope,
perfect.
New York. Yep, went straight
Awesome.
to DMV, no problem. Because it's weight based.
Right.
So the reason why I couldn't do the Japanese mini truck was just because of the weight of the vehicle. They refused to do it because they classify it as a key truck, but because this weighs the same as a normal vehicle, it's classed a normal. Like in New York, they're considered trucks,
Right.
SUVs. So yeah, it was no problem at all.
Perfect.
But yeah, this thing's imported. It's got 50,000 miles on it, and it is super clean inside and out.
For anybody else in the
No
world,
rust,
that's
zero rust.
85,000 kilometers.
Well, it only has 81,000 kilometers on the odometer, so maybe it's less than 50,000 then. I don't know. Yeah, it's got 81,000 kilometers on the odometer. But it has no rust, not even under it or anything, which is extremely difficult to find
It's
anything
about
here.
50,331 miles.
Yep.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know a buddy of mine actually has a Surf,
Yeah.
and he does use Forerunner parts.
Yeah, well, I know that there's issues when it comes to like the Pajeros and things like that.
Yeah,
They're
if you
different.
go things that weren't sold
Yep.
here, yeah, 100%.
No, Rudy, this one's a manual. So this one's a manual, or I'm sorry, automatic. Sorry,
automatic. Yeah.
This one's my Japanese mini truck's a manual.
No.
But this one is an automatic, and it's normal shift 4-wheel drive, like high, low, and all that. Like
and it's
normal.
also the engine that's in it is the same that's in the Forerunner.
Yep.
It's the same.
Yes. Identical. Yes.
Yep.
Yeah. This one actually is. Yep.
It's not a turbocharged diesel or a turbocharged 4-cylinder where, yes, you would be difficult to get parts because they weren't sold here.
Yes. Yeah.
Cool. Anyway, that's enough car talk because I see Trina is much like when she watches the Coco Nation falling asleep. Hey,
I feel like I'm listening to Curtis's news segment on the Coco Nation.
I gotta ask, how is there so much news for the Coco Nation? The Coco computer is like almost 50 years old.
I don't get it.
They have, so the same place that I got it from, they actually have about a half a dozen or more of those Japanese fire trucks, and they're so neat looking.
They are pretty cool.
I just can't justify having it. Jess was like, it'd be cool to buy one of those just to use in parades.
Yeah.
Or it's just cool.
Could you use them in your pest control? Be like, this is how we get rid of
honestly,
bees nests
you probably
or wasp
could.
nests.
So
right?
so we do exterior treatments for cluster flies, which we use an actual spray unit with a 300-gallon tank and all that stuff. So honestly, you probably could. I wouldn't see why not.
I remember this guy this was many moons ago when I was working at a gas station, and he had come in and he had an old decommissioned ambulance from Montreal.
So being that it was many years ago, Trina, was it full service gas station?
It actually was full service. I was doing full service.
Trina, did you give his undercarriage a good look over and check his oil and grease and lube everything?
No, that was all covered because he bought it up in Montreal. But the issue was all the controls were in French, and he didn't speak a spot of French. And the one thing they were told was you can't turn on the sirens because you're not
illegal. Yeah,
it's illegal.
So I have no
Joe.
Hey, hello. I have no horse in the race, but speaking of Montreal and whatnot, I've seen a lot of things recently, like news clips and stuff from Montreal, that they came up with this new law where every store in Montreal, maybe not Montreal, but whatever it is up there, Quebec, has to have all of their literature in French.
Yes, and English.
So
forever.
But they've been enforcing it more so lately to the point where, like, there's a music store, for example. Yeah, most of their shit, even from the French companies, is in English because in music, English is the universal language for all countries. Exactly. So, like, they don't make French literature for these things, even though they're made by the French company. Like for example, like these reeds and stuff that were on there, like to go through like 600 different types of reeds and type up and make French literature is just asinine.
Welcome to Quebec.
Like made up, who the hell would want to live there? Like, that's just ridiculous. But they're saying that a lot of businesses are going out of business because they're enforcing this asinine policy where everything has to be French.
One of the things they also did recently was the size of French has to be larger than the size of English.
Yes.
And occasionally they will just randomly change that metric. So at some point it'll be like, actually, we want it to be slightly larger now. So all the signs have to be redone, all the exterior, like.
So
anyway, it's
my take on this, it is, and my take on this is kind of interesting because it's like I get that people move from France or whatever to same thing with the U.S. to escape whatever persecution, whatever shit these people settled here in the United States or Canada or whatever. And there was a whole same thing how like whenever Italians immigrated here, like you'd have whole entire rows or streets of people who spoke English races. But what's funny is like they all lived together, like on the same street. And, exactly. So
Chinatown,
like that changes as people pass and new people buy the houses and things like that. It becomes less and less. So I understand the same thing probably happens in Quebec, where less and less people are probably born that naturally fluently speak
No,
French.
they are the French holdout. Like they are the last bastion of
I
majority French
just
in
don't
Canada.
get it. Like trying to force this on other people kind of defeats the entire purpose to me. Like it just
Yeah.
doesn't make any sense.
We just won't go into the politics of that.
Yeah, we won't go into the
Yeah.
politics of it. Although I will
No,
say, if
but
we were
I just
truly
think it's
democratic,
dumb.
if we're truly democratic, there are more Cantonese-speaking Canadians than there are French-speaking Canadians. So technically, Chinese should be our second language.
Sure,
Mhm.
But here we
but
are.
it just makes no sense for to do something that
By the way,
arbitrary.
we're all now on lists from the Bloc Québécois.
Right?
We're
I've
the
never
P-
been to Quebec, so I
the
really don't care.
PLQ also has us on lists.
PLQ.
So-
I really don't care. But it's not something I would go if people were inherently like, "Oh, you speak English?" Like I don't give a damn. You know, like I just wouldn't go.
I've
somewhere
never
like that.
experienced that in Montreal. Montreal has been
Sure.
I've visited many times. It's a fantastic town. I love it.
But
There's a little bit of it when you go outside these sort of metropolitan
Sure.
areas. So like Quebec City and Montreal are pretty, they aren't very snooty, I guess, when it comes
Yeah.
to why aren't you speaking French.
But
I would say even outside France or even outside of Quebec City and Montreal, my experience has always been that if you attempt to speak some French, they seem very appreciative of your attempt
making the effort.
to make
Sure.
a little bit. Yes, and
I
as
mean,
Rudy says,
when I
Quebec
was
French is not the same as French. French is
and
two totally
I
different
mean
Frenches.
when I was in Montreal and I would see a cute girl, I would go "Qui coupe lo," or not
Voulez-vous en France? Voulez-vous?
right.
Sorry.
Here's the Canadians
Yeah.
scratching their heads
Yeah.
going, "Voulez-vous coucher avec moi?"
Szechuan.
Somehow
Yeah.
I didn't get the "we appreciate this"
So
part.
so the song Moulin Rouge,
Correct.
like the remake with Missy Elliott and all of them,
Correct.
was
Yeah,
super
2001.
popular when I was in the late end of school. And
Yeah.
we had asked our French teacher numerous times, and she wouldn't tell us what the hell it said. And the internet wasn't super crazy where we could just Google it at the time, because
Right.
we didn't think about that. But finally, at the end of the year, the one year, she actually finally told us that it says, "Will you lay with me tonight?"
Mhm.
Like, like her being nice about it. And
Yeah.
I was like, oh, so all of us were like, oh, and we were like,
Also,
well, why didn't you just say that? Like, we say worse things.
I also
like
say that we've also got JCM-1.com is also now on a list because of our discussion, and it was on the bottom of the screen at the time. So I apologize, Joe.
Yeah.
You are now on a list.
That's right.
Anyway, moving away from
Don't go
world
to Quebec.
politics and questionable discussion topics, what have you gotten in the mail today or this week, Trina?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Waiting for a shipment to come from St. John's, Newfoundland.
Oh yes, but I thought didn't we have a conversation about something about eBay? Oh, you wanted to rant about eBay. Would you
Yeah.
like to rant about eBay?
Yes,
now?
let's hear it.
Well, it's not a rant about eBay.
Soap up your box and let's hear it.
I'm going to mention Steve during this rant. It's more a talk. Let me share my screen. So I'm kind of going to be talking about it from you. Just would you pick a spot? Show your butt off. I don't care. Just pick a spot.
I'm going to dance on Mom's neck.
I know, right? Yeah.
Why am I over here? I don't want to be over here. There we go.
All right, so let me share. You don't need to make me big because I'm just going to share my screen. So it's going to make all of us small in a sec here. Ba-dum. You are not making me think easier, cat.
She just gave you the dirtiest look. It was awesome.
Okay, so this is eBay. We're all familiar with eBay.
Wow.
I've seen this eBay.
Wow, yeah. So
I know what I have.
That's right.
now the interesting part is I'm going to take it from a seller's point of view to start with, because I sell on eBay as well as buy on eBay, so I'm kind of both. But the one mistake I first made, let's look up a MacBook Pro 2012, because they're the last good ones. So my issue was when I first was posting, I would go and do a search for a MacBook Pro 2012.
Sure.
And I would scroll through the listings. As you can see, they vary in price. $412. What are you smoking? Seriously. Um, would not pay that. Anyway, it wasn't for a little bit until Steve one night, Mac 84, I think mentioned on Mac Yak. If anybody remembers Mac Yak, because that's where I first met all these fine folks,
Gosh, I haven't heard of Mac Yak in what? It's been
right? But if
That's
you
a
look,
name I haven't
almost
heard
a
in
year.
many years.
if you
Almost a
look,
year.
if you scroll down enough, so you can get, you get all your stuff, your series, blah 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 blah.
Your filters. Yeah.
Yeah, all your filters. One of the filters show only sold items,
Hmm.
I use that all the time.
right? Because that gets you a. Jesus, are they really selling for that much?
Well, that
Let's
one's got
see.
12 gigs of RAM and an SSD, so
Yeah, well, I got 8 gigs of RAM and a 1 terabyte SSD. Are they really selling for that much?
Well, there you go.
Mine's an
193
i5 though.
03.
yeah.
Anyway, kind of look through your listings. Also try to look like, because there's the one I have with 8 gigs of RAM and a 1 terabyte
Yep.
SSD.
Yeah, so you probably get
So
150 Canadian for it.
I probably could. Well, that's 124 Canadian. So
Yeah,
maybe.
but you have double the RAM.
Yeah, but I also
and
need a lot.
and
The
bigger
issue
hard
is I
drive.
also need a laptop, so I'm not going to be selling it. This is interesting though. I haven't looked through these. I
Anyway,
don't like. I wish
continuing
that it
on.
would show me. So yeah. So that was one mistake I made. Also, when you're new, trying to sell things is hard because your rating. Can I see my rating?
Doesn't exist.
Hey, there it is. Doesn't exist.
What's your rating?
270.
Mine is. Hang on.
Hold on, let me look and see what mine is.
I gotta look and see what mine is.
It could be
606.
50.
100% positive feedback.
Yeah, I got 100%
606.
as well. Yeah. Let's take a look at my computers of pride, shall we?
Joe's 69.
So there we go. I got 529 items sold, 60 followers, and I know one of those followers.
You need to start harassing your buyers to leave feedback.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah. Please leave feedback.
I have 100% positive feedback, 275.
Nice.
Nice. So the one issue you're going to get if people are looking to start selling when you have a 0 rating. Also, one thing I recommend. I'm just going to click on one of my ads. Put your company logo somewhere on the first page, at least the first photo. I just do it on the first. You can put them on more,
Oh, that's a good idea.
right? Because then it's there. Like I've had people contact me because, look, there's my website address, and they've been like, one person texted me the other day, and it's like, hey, is this processor still available? And I said, yes, it is, and they never replied back.
Idiot.
But yeah. The issue you're going to get when you get a 0 rating or when you have a 0 rating, first of all, people are, who are you?
Yep.
Also,
Scammer
one
or
thing I
something.
ran into was scammers. So like
Bots.
this case, I'm asking $20 for. The issue was when I first started out, I'd have people offering me $100 for this. But they also had a 0 rating and were created the same day. I have since, because now I actually have a rating, I don't get that anymore. And also, sometimes don't fear, like take a look at the person when they created their account, because I've had some buyers recently with 0 feedback, or like with a 0, not necessarily no feedback, but just 0. And they still paid me. Like they made an offer less than what, like let's say they made me an offer of $15 for this. And then I would look and they've only had the account for maybe 4 months, not the same day. Usually when I got the bids of $100, they were the same day accounts. So they were just spam accounts. Sometimes people just don't get. So also as a seller, leave feedback.
Yeah.
Right, for your buyers. But yeah, anybody need any, please buy my, I've actually sold 3 of these. I still have 8 to go. If anybody wants to buy like 8 would be amazing. But yeah, so
ISA network
also
grades.
when you're buying, because I've had this issue lately. Let me go to my purchase history. Da-da-da-da. This didn't come with tracking. This, I have no fucking clue if I'm ever going to get it. Yeah, whatever. This person, I bought 2 of the processors. Again, no tracking. Because their shipping is free.
Trina, I didn't know you sold video games.
I do. Well, I don't. Officially, it's not through my company, but I had bought a bunch of Super Famicom games a while ago with
I
the
remember
intention
that.
of flipping them,
Yeah.
and I never flipped them. So I now have them up for sale. I've actually sold.
Nice.
I've sold 3 of them. So,
Okay. That's
and then
pretty
I
cool.
had somebody the other day offer me a lot of money for the entire group, and then when I messaged them off, I'm like, "So when are you coming to pick them up?" Like 3 hours later. He's like, "Oh, you're in an inconvenient location for me."
Womp womp.
What the fuck does that mean? So I don't know. Anyway, but like this person at least provided me shipping. But if you're shipping to like a PO box, like I have set up, I don't get notifications when these are delivered. So, and I gotta wait till the 24th before I can like contact this person. And go where the because this person's supposed to be out in Mississauga. So, like this processor that shipped from New Brunswick arrived within 5 days. I'm still waiting for my parts or my 4 tubes of thermal paste.
Thermal paste.
Thermal paste.
Yeah.
Now, Trina, if you really want to set the internet on fire, go ahead and video using that thermal paste, and don't blur it out.
Oh,
get nothing but
I have
comments.
I have no issue doing that. Oh,
You'll
speaking
have
of being-
nothing but comments.
oh
Cool.
my god, who just made me an offer? Somebody
Offer?
literally just made me an offer for all 8 of them.
I wonder who that was. Who is it?
I don't know.
Is his name Frodo Jedi?
It's John F. Kennedy.
Oh, I know who this is. Okay. I'm just gonna respond now.
I will have all of your ISA network cards.
Oh, I know. Hold on. Ba-dum.
It was Rudy.
Ah, Rudy.
No.
Rudy,
wasn't
Tooty,
Rudy.
Fresh and Fruity.
So cool. Yeah.
But yeah, that's I mean, and then just when you're buying things, just be careful these free shipping because sometimes they don't provide tracking. So you like as I said with that thermal paste, I ordered it. When the hell did I order that thermal paste? Oh,
I don't know.
hold
It
on.
says there somewhere. Ordered on September 30th.
Yeah, and I still have. It's the 18th, and I still yet to receive it. But it's been
coming from
shipped.
China. It's coming from China.
Well, it said it was coming from.
It's coming
Here.
from China. Doesn't matter
Let
what
me
it says.
click
It's
on
coming
this
from China.
mid-doodle thing. Yeah, see, Peterborough. So it ain't that
Sure.
far.
I don't believe it.
But see, free shipping. And I was stupid when I bought the stuff because I was like, "Oh, free shipping, yay!" But then no. So yeah.
And there's your problem.
Canada.
Free shipping, Canada Post.
Yeah, well, I don't. I mean, I ship things through Canada Post, and I ship
So
something to you through.
It'll
Canada
arrive
Post.
in 6 to
Yeah,
9
but
years.
This person probably just threw that in an envelope and put a stamp
Yeah,
on it.
yeah. Well, that's all they've done. that's what this processor came with. That's what
Yeah.
these 2 processors came as. Unfortunately, I got one. Anybody want a burnt out Pentium 3 processor? Come talk to me.
way.
You can buy it for the gold.
I want a 16-bit ISA card. Where the hell are those at?
They're all sold,
Yeah, they just sold out.
sadly.
All right, that's all I wanted to talk. But yes, I want to thank Steve. Early on when I was also one
Which
thing
Steve?
too.
Big Steve?
No,
Mac
Mac
84
Steve.
Steve?
Yeah,
Mac
yeah.
84.
The angry Italian.
We know a lot of Steves
Yeah.
It's true.
Also,
and Franks.
one thing you can do, like if you're going to start selling on eBay, look at those sold items.
Mhm.
See the photos. Like actually look at the legit sold item. See the photos that they posted. See the title. Sometimes I had the habit of copying over some of the title that they used. if not all of it. Just kind of see
You don't need-
how they sold it and what they did. Like
you don't need to reinvent the wheel.
exactly, and that's why I'm like, hey, once Dave was talking about the sold stuff, then I'm like, sweet. So,
But I also use this as a great example when you meet people. Like, for example, in my area, there's a gentleman selling a blue and white G3, just the computer with a spinning rust disc, cleaned up but not recapped. Battery was removed. Doesn't appear to be any battery damage, but can't verify. Comes with keyboard and mouse. He is demanding 350 Canadian dollars for a blue and white, and he's like, because that's what they sell on eBay. He knows what he has, and so I went on eBay and did exactly like Trina said. Went and searched it, and no, that's nowhere near what they sell for. And even then, I said, whatever you buy, whatever you sell on eBay, take 30% off because eBay is going to take their cut.
Yep.
Not to mention, any other banking fees that may
That's true.
occur from pulling your money out of eBay or PayPal, or however you do your payments. So yeah, I was like, people just don't. They think they go and search, Mac on eBay and see that somebody who actually restored one. Yeah, if someone's restored it, it's got an SSD in it. It has the zip drive. The zip drive functions. It might be worth $350 fully restored and cleaned, and maybe with the monitor. Yeah, not just like you found it in your uncle's attic and washed it off with a bit of Lysol. All right. Anyway, that's my rank.
Rudy wants to know, Trina, do you play HST? I think that's hazelnut spread toast.
No, that'd be harmonized sales tax.
Yeah.
What the hell's so harmonized about the sales tax?
Depending on where buyer.
Our taxes are done based on barbershop quartets.
Wasn't it 13%?
Yeah, it
Depends
is
on
here
what
in
province
Ontario.
you're in.
So I was going to say,
here in Newfoundland.
Toronto, I pay 13%.
Yeah. So
Alberta, zero.
eBay automatically adds a 13% in, and
Nice.
to the person who bought those cards, first of all, thank you. Second of all, I sent an invoice with reduced shipping because they're not going to cost that much to ship.
Someone got a good deal.
Someone did get a good deal.
That
But
cat
yeah,
is very angry.
I don't pay the and it depends on where I'm buying from. Like I bought that processor from New Brunswick. I didn't pay any HST on it. But if I buy something from here in Ontario, I pay HST. So. Oh, that box looks familiar.
What's in the box?
What's in the box?
So should I dox myself like Justin did?
Actually, show this before you open it up.
Yeah.
Just show the side of the box so people know what it is.
Oh,
It
it's
says it right on the box.
It's a box of indoor-outdoor extension cords.
10
with
foot
3 outlets
from the
Oh, wow.
Dollarama.
from the Dollarama. Actually, you know what? As much as I like what you sent me, that would also be very useful. If that was what was in the box. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, well, I'm not buying boxes of power cords that you can buy at the Dollarama.
So I'll just put it over here for the time being.
Here, let's
So
make,
first
well,
thing I
hold
got
on before
up
you do anything. Let's make it big.
Boop.
Oh, that's me. There you go.
All right. So
Oh, do you want to say who you got this from, by the way?
some crazy person in Ontario. Of course, my favorite thing in the world, for anybody who knows me, is I'm a huge MASH fan, but my second favorite show is Seinfeld. So now I have season 1, disc 1 of Seinfeld.
Oh, that's awesome.
I remember when it came out of the computer that
I was very excited. I was like,
you were very excited, and I put it off to the side, and I said, I got to send this to Ryan. So
check out my mug.
the nice part
Every day is Catterday.
The nice part is right now Canada Post has a deal
Hmm.
with parcels every Tuesday, one parcel under, which, by the way, Frank, you're going to get a parcel this week because I get free shipping every Tuesday under 5 kilograms.
Under 5 kilograms, which for you
So
in the free
you're going to get
Eagles
your
is like,
you're going to get your SSD back finally.
Oh,
like the
awesome.
average
Yeah, and a few other odds and ends.
5 kilograms is like the average weight.
Send
of
both
a,
SSDs.
Yeah, I got.
Unicorn.
Yeah, well, you're going to get both of them back. You're going to get both.
Are we done talking?
No.
No.
Okay. The next thing I was sent was this awesome AGP graphics card. which is actually specifically for a particular
that's cool.
compact computer, which I believe I actually have.
Yeah, you do.
If I don't, I feel like RetroTech Chris, this would be something right up his alley.
When I, because that was something that I got from work, from the table
Yeah,
at
I'm
work.
trying to remember what machine takes this.
And you said, "Oh, I was doing a stream." You said, "Oh, I can use that," and I went,
yeah, but I'm trying to remember. Oh, no, it's not the 486. I definitely have a machine that this fits because I remember that weird like.
mm-hmm.
Did someone say compact? See,
If it
he's like
fits, it's
Beetlejuice.
shipped.
You say compact 3 times, and Chris shows up.
And hi, Jamie's Hack Tech.
Hey, Jamie.
Also, Jamie shows up apparently as well.
Yeah, which is weird because he's not Beetlejuice.
Done.
All right, and then the last 2 things I had no idea what these were, and I was like, did she send me hard drives? So I shook them. I was like, she definitely sent me like stupid scuzzy hard drives. I was like, do I look like Steve from Mac 84?
Steve
Don't
has all
answer
my
that.
SCSI hard drives.
Yeah.
So.
Anyway, so I was actually very happy about this because I don't have very many of these. I only have a few. So they're the same thing, but in 2 different packages. We have, so this is a 100 meg zip drive, zip disk, and this is a 250. So this is actually, tomorrow we are hosting an event at our local library for RetroTech for kids. So I'm actually probably going to throw that in a Windows 98 machine and show zip disks off. Are they SCSI? They are IDE.
They are IDE, but I've never tested them. So
they'll be fun. They'll either work or they won't.
Yeah.
Schrodinger's zip disk will either work or it won't. Also, this is a gigantic anti-static bag.
That is.
This is like the widescreen of anti-static bags.
Well, that's the large one that came with
basically
this,
what I
card.
did is I went through my anti-static bags and I'm like, what are the ones that I'm not going to ever use again? And you got
that's what you sent me. Thank you. And then
and
of course,
hey, Colin Duckless. I don't know who.
Hey, Colin. Click
Is
of
he
Death. Yeah,
local
they
to
probably. No idea.
Oh.
Maybe. It seems like he has a dirt bike for his graphics, so it's possible he might be a Newfoundlander. What was I going to say? Yeah, they might have a Click of Death. Yeah, that's pretty common in the zip disks. But I also have 3 external SCSI zip drives right there, and they all work. So
yeah,
Nice.
I
have
was
pretty
pulling
good.
them out.
Pretty
I
good
was
records.
pulling them out of computers, and you were like, "I'll take those," and I went,
Yes,
"Okay."
I love a good zip disk. Not gonna lie.
That's right.
Now, if I can get a 750, I'll be all set. So I don't have one of those.
This is all the little stuff that I had put away for you.
Colin, are those Amiga 500 boxes behind your shoulder? They may be. Hold on, let's see. Well, there's a 5. Okay, so that means they're either 500 or 5,000, or maybe they're the new Amiga 50. Let's move it over a little bit more.
This feels like
it's 50, so that might be 500.
might be a. Oh no, that's error.
There's a stack of Amigas back there. There's
they're two boxed Amiga 500s.
There's a 600, 1200, 1000, 2000, 3000.
Wait,
look at
the way
Frank
you were
going
doing
off.
the way you were
I got a
doing
whole
that
stack.
reminded me the way you were doing the whole thing
Yeah.
reminded me of the Price is Right game with the
yodel.
that clicker.
Yodel.
Yeah, no,
And then he
the
falls
mountain
off
climber. The mountain climber.
Yes.
Yeah, no, I actually found these local. They were in on the west coast of Newfoundland at an old computer shop. One is going to Frank, who's right below me there. He is then sending me a PAL version of his. Oh, Frank, you are wearing very festive pants.
I am. I got them at BJ's Wholesale.
You got them where, sorry?
BJ's Wholesale.
BJ's Wholesale. Trina, are you going to take that, or am I going to take it?
So
this is the one going to Ryan.
It was initially started by BJ Honeycutt when he came back from Rio.
Ooh, that's nice.
This is the PAL 500.
Very cool.
Very clean.
Yes.
And it works well.
So yeah, that's what I got in the mail this week. I don't think I got anything else.
And it has a GoTech.
Yes, you have a GoTech jammed in it. Perfect. I have I got a bunch of stuff from Amazon, which is very nice for Christmas gifts. So all my Christmas gifts are basically taken care of. We picked up a few more things from that guy's house, mostly ISA cards and PCI cards. Nothing worth really showing off. I got a fleet of 8 terabyte hard drives from another client. So those are going in my Plex server. And yeah, so the only thing coming up is tomorrow morning I have to get up early and load up the car. We're presenting at the AC Hunter Library here in St. John. So if you're in the greater St. John's area and you want to drop by, doors open at 10. And we will be providing some retro gaming and retro computer explanations and live demos and that kind of stuff. So should be a good bit of fun. Myself and my good friend Matt will be there to help everybody experience the 1990s and 1980s and 1970s like it was yesterday. And I'm thinking I might bring the pet because the pet is working now.
Mine's still dead.
I think I just killed Mackie.
My
Where'd you go,
pet's
Mackie?
still back here, dead on the board.
I killed Mackie. Where is he? Oh, there you are, bud. Whew. He's good. Cool. And yeah, so I think that's everything that I had to show off for today. Anybody have anything else they want to talk about? No? Anybody have anything in the chat?
Nothing really that exciting going on.
Rudy says give Frank give Gutbomb his pants back.
Oh yeah, these would be a pair of gut bomb would wear.
That
That's
is
for sure.
Totally a pair of Gutbomb pants.
That is true.
100%.
Well,
But I do have my Ron's Computer Vids hoodie.
Oh.
So you got Ron's hoodie.
I got
Which
gut bomb's
shirt you got?
pants, and I got Javier's shirt.
Wow.
Hang on.
Do you own any? So question: Do you?
I have Ryan's shirt here.
Ah, there's my shirt.
Oh, if we're gonna
Who
show
else
off, hold
who
on.
else is
I
apparel
have
do
a
I
hat
have?
that's attached to me. This blue shirt is actually the shirt that Steve made for the Blue Screen of Death.
Oh, I have a Steve shirt, the Sit Happens one.
Yeah, this is the one that said my Mac
I
survived
like
the
this.
whatever.
Yep, that's the T-shirt I got. Sit Happens.
Eric, by the way, Eric's Edge has just started a new merch store with T-shirts.
Where?
Really?
Eric, why
me
don't you
see.
post a link in the
Yeah, put a
doodle?
link. Let's
in
Yes,
the
you
chat?
have admin abilities, Eric. Go ahead and
Yeah,
post a
That's
link.
right. Do it.
Joe says, "Eat my shorts."
I do have Joe shorts.
Joe does actually
Oh,
sell edible
boxers.
underwear on JCM.
And I have I have a pair of like just shorts, like
Yeah.
because there was no women's underwear apparently selectable. So.
Eric's
Edge.threadless.com.
Okay, everybody go there at once.
Eric, we gotta do you up a good website.
Yeah, and there's a special on right now. If you go to the website for all his T-shirts are $13.99.
Oh, damn. Where did I click? .com. Here we go. Oh, there you go. Full stack developer HyperCard. I heart HyperCard.
Oh, there you go.
Do your own thing, HyperCard.
I want a duck T-shirt. Where's the duck T-shirt?
There you go. You should know better than to pick up a duck in a dungeon.
Yes.
Adventure. The Quack of Dawn. That's too funny.
What was everyone's favorite Newfoundland computer shop of all time? Oh God. Well, as I'm the only Newfoundlander, I'm going to say, well, I worked at Boom IT for a while, so I'll plug Sean's business. But before the Boom IT was there was a place called Computer House. It was one run by a character of a fellow who we referred to as the Wacky Iraqi. He was phenomenal.
See ya, Rudy.
Just nuts. See you, Rudy. J.W. Allen. Yeah, actually, I know J.W. Allen really well. Actually, that's where these were sent for repairs. They were the official Amiga or Commodore repair shop in Newfoundland. Was J.W. Allen. So.
And Woodgate Computers.
Woodgate was in Woodgate Plaza. That was like a short-lived computer place. There was also Computer House, and what was the other place? The PC, it was a PC Doctor out on Kemmount Road. It was like a sketchy place. It was like above an apartment. like we had some pretty. And then of course my favorite memory was as a child walking from school. I would have to walk by when I was off at lunch to get to where we would normally buy our lunch. We walked by Computer Renaissance, which apparently was a franchise. I thought it was but they were all across Canada and the United States. They sold new and used computers. But yeah, I have fond memories of Computer Renaissance. So I think.
I feel like I saw
Renaissance, they had one of those
YouTube
in
video.
Bears Lake in Halifax.
I feel
Yeah.
like I just
I
saw
remember
a YouTube video.
that's where I
somebody
bought-
talking about that.
Because I'm originally from Halifax, Colin. Hi. Also East Coaster. Now living in Toronto. But I remember buying my first 1 gig flash drive. It was half price for $50.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, like there's a bunch of Computer Renaissance still on the go.
Is there? Yeah. There was also you had PC Doctor. There was PC Medic on Roby.
We had PC Medic as well. They were an Atlantic Canadian franchise.
Oh, were they? I didn't.
Yeah.
I knew they were in Halifax. I didn't know they branched out.
Yeah.
But that's where I bought when I went back to school. I bought a Dell Latitude D600, the business laptops.
Oh, I had one of those.
Which I maxed out at 2 gigs of RAM.
Ooh,
I tell you, back in the day.
I bought my first Toshiba that my parents bought me when I went to university in 2004. They bought me a Toshiba Satellite P21, I think it was. It was a P4 desktop CPU, and it had no battery life to it. It was super hot, burned through everything. But it was the first computer I ever had with 1 gig of RAM.
Nice.
And I remember
this came with 512. And I remember taking it to school. And I was taking, at that point, I started taking a 3D game animation program, which I realized just how much I sucked at drawing and really had no interest in it. And then took a programming course, which also bored the living poop out of me. And then I found out, hey, you know what I'd rather do with my life? Work on computers, like actual work on them.
IT support,
Yeah, not so much even IT support, just actually like get in there and do work on them.
Build things.
Yeah,
I've been to Harvey's in Canada. It was food.
Harvey. Yeah. Harvey's is food.
Yes. I was gonna say I've been there.
I was gonna say to Colin about Harvey's, like
isn't Harvey's chicken?
I just ordered.
No, Harvey's is like hamburgers. They do chicken, but they're a burger.
Yeah, because I bought it in Toronto. They have them. Yeah.
The other thing that we had here in Newfoundland and we had in Canada was Computerland, which you guys had in the United States as well.
Yeah, because when we had the boat up in Whitby, Ontario, we would go up there.
There you go. Yeah, I had a bunch of those. I still have some in the box behind me. But
Computerland was big and popular. I know a lot of people here in Newfoundland, or in the early days, like this pet, I'm pretty sure came from Computerland. Because there was no real place to buy early computers here, they would buy them from away and have them shipped in.
Now, could you call your order in on your Commodore phone?
Only if you have your Commodore phone in hand.
That's right.
I wish I could get mine, but I got a cat literally attached to me right now.
Our operator's standing by.
Now, my question is there a Fuji Net for the Commodore telephone?
Oh, we can rig something up.
I'm sure we can.
We can rig something up.
And
hey, even the bottom says "Made in Canada."
Hello, Jean-Francois, and we also have KR. I'm not even going to try to say that.
I'm just going to call it Rhinoceros.
All right, there you go.
Is that because we were talking about Quebec? We got more people coming from there?
Maybe. Well, there are 13 people watching. All of the population of Newfoundland. So.
Well, I think Bruce was streaming at 8:30, so.
Gotcha.
So yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Before
we leave, though, let's go through this weekend in streaming so you can.
Oh yeah,
because we don't have a TV guide, so Trina will be your TV guide for this.
Hold on, Trina. Hold on. See, this is where you would use your video toaster.
I was laughing because I was just thinking that.
Yeah, right.
That's how they made the TV guide.
Yeah. Anyway, continue.
So we have Eric's. So all these times are in Eastern time zones.
That's right.
Just
like Jesus was.
Say that now. Figure it out for your own time zone. We have Eric's Edge tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock. We have Big Bad Biologist, Big Bad Bench at 12 noon. We have Trina's Technobabble at 2 o'clock. Who's going to be competing with the Coco Nation, which is also at 2 o'clock. And then we have Days Vintage Apple Tech at 11 a.m. Sunday. And at 8 p.m.
So
on Sunday night, we
I'm
have
not-
the Retro Repair Roundup, which I'm also a co-host on.
So I'm not sure how you pronounce this username. It says hi from across Lake Erie. LOL. I'm in Ohio.
Hello.
My great grandmother lived in Parma, which is right outside of Cleveland.
You have my sympathies for living in Ohio.
When I was a child, I used to watch Erie, Indiana. That has no relevance to this conversation, but I did.
No, I'm just guessing based on the.
Oh God, there's two Ohioans
across
here.
the lake.
What are they? Ohioans?
Ohioans?
Buckeyes.
Buckeyes? There's two of them
Yeah,
here.
there you go. That's the
Oh,
Buckeye
Akron.
team.
I've been to Akron. Yes.
I thought Akron was in Alaska for some reason.
See,
Is
it's
there
like
any-
You
cockroaches
mean Anchorage, Alaska?
or ants.
There
You're
you go.
thinking Anchorage.
That's whatever. Listen, I'm a Canadian. I don't even. The worst thing I know about the States is your politics. So, and we won't go into any more than that.
I was going to say, people from Ohio is in our stream. They're like ants, right? This is how you get ants. Well, this is how you get.
Yes.
Now Joe is here.
For a while, I lived in Ohio. I lived just real close to Salem, Ohio, in Columbiana.
Right.
So yeah.
So yeah, because I always forget,
well.
but New York and Ohio, and they're all
pretty close. Yeah, it's
close
not
to each other, right?
too far.
Yeah, they share a border, correct? Or is that Pennsylvania? Is it New York, then Pennsylvania, then Ohio?
What is it? If you're going east to west.
Yeah, but does New York share a border with Ohio? New York
No.
State?
I think
No,
so.
okay.
Pennsylvania does.
Pennsylvania does. So you
And
gotta
West
go from New
Virginia
York-
does.
West Virginia, okay.
Yep.
I was trying to
Yeah, because if
visualize
you're
the map my head.
in, so when I was in Pennsylvania, living in Pennsylvania, driving up to Ohio, the way I would do it is I would go over to where Star Lake Amphitheater was. Like I drive, in PA through Washington, PA, and then cut over to Youngstown, Ohio. Like I'd come across the border over past East Palestine and all that, going north toward Youngstown.
I just watched a documentary on East Palestine and the train wreck from a couple of years ago.
Yeah. I worked at a place in East Palestine. It was a welding company. And that's where I learned how to do some MIG welding and fabrication.
Cool. Colin wondering, did the Salem in Ohio have witches like the Salem in Massachusetts?
Jess and I went to the Salem in Massachusetts
a
couple years back. It was interesting.
And according to certain people on YouTube, every place has witches because it's in the Bible.
That is very true.
Which it isn't. But anyway, on that note, we're going to end the stream because I could go on a huge rant and then get us kicked off YouTube. So
yes. Anyway, on that bombshell, it's our time to say goodnight. So thank you again for joining us for this always enlightening hour-long stream on Friday nights. We know you have your choice in Friday night entertainment, and we can compete with Blossom only so much. So have a fantastic evening, everyone, and
go enjoy Full House.
And as Red Green would say, keep your stick on the ice.
I was going to say if the women don't.